someone's asking, can they negotiate interest rates with the bank, or is it, is what it is?
So it's interesting. This is a common perspective from a buyer, a borrower asking and thinking bank. Banks make very few loans in the current market. So whether you're going to Chase, B of a local bank, a local credit union, they have a very small market share. Most loans are made to non-bank lenders. Quicken Mortgage is a non-bank lender. They loan money, but they're not a bank. So it's an important distinction because the way everyone operates, you could always negotiate with the bank. It's their money that they're loaning out. If you have a long-term relationship with them, you say, hey, I have $500,000 on deposit. I do my business banking with you. Can I get a lower rate? They look at it and they go, we want the relationship. We'll lower the interest rate. So on a non-bank lender, they also can negotiate that interest rate. It's not their money that they're loaning out, but they have a cost for that money and they loan it out at a premium to that and they make money based off of it. So a lender can always negotiate the interest rate. For us, we're a broker. So I have 20 different lenders. There's 200 different wholesale lenders that I could send the loan to. 20 that I work with on a regular basis. And each of those offer different rates. So my job every day is to shop and find the best rate among all of those from a reputable lender that's going to have good service and a good experience for you. So it gets funky when you start talking about it in those terms. But in general, yes, you can always negotiate the terms. What I tell people, it is always important to get good terms on your loan. Anytime it's a recipe for disaster when someone tries to squeak out the absolute lowest rate. If you need to get brain surgery or heart surgery, you wouldn't seek out the lowest cost surgeon. You would seek out the best surgeon. And if you found 2 or 3 really good ones, you would take cost into account. And that's the way I would look at it with a mortgage. Cost is important. You want to get a good rate, low costs.
Yeah.
But I would also want an expert doing that service for me. It's the biggest debt you're going to ever take on, the biggest purchase of an asset you're going to take on, and you need experts guiding you in that process.
And not to mention the barrier to entry is very, very low.
Very low.
Just so make sure you're dealing with somebody that's experienced, whether you're buying a home, getting a loan, whatever it is. It's, and everybody is becoming a real estate agent and mortgage person right now, just because the market's done well. Just FYI. So,
and Jeb, a thing to remember, one of my favorite tips and tricks is if you're talking to someone about a mortgage, any communication they make with you, their NMLS ID number has to be included there. You go right to Google, you plug that in, you look it up at the CFPB's website, and it will give you a 10-year self-reported employment history. And in this current market, when you have non-bank lenders with massive call centers doing a ton of loans, they are taking people from 24-hour fitness, putting them through a 2-week training, getting their licensing, and then throwing them on the floor as a loan officer. But you can see that when you look at it. There are people who come from other industries that are good at selling and know nothing about mortgages. And you may have a good conversation with them, a good rapport, feel good about them, and they don't have any knowledge or expertise. So the good way to make sure that you don't get on the wrong side of that, go look up their NMLS ID. Hopefully you see, and they've been in the business for 10 years, 15 years, and they're true experts. And you can do that in most states with your realtor also. You can see how long they've been licensed. It's hard to see transaction volume. I think you can do that a little bit through Zillow, but I'll just research the people you're looking for. There's a lot of people you connect with and doesn't mean they're an expert and they're going to help you along that line.
No, absolutely. Yeah, well said. So